Acinetos occupies a specific and crucial position within the complex emanatory scheme of Valentinian Gnosticism. Emerging from the divine couple Sermo, which is word, and Vita, for life, Acinetos represents a further unfolding of the divine essence. This lineage is not arbitrary. It reflects the Gnostic understanding of creation as a process of gradual differentiation and unfolding, moving from the unified, perfect realm of the Pleroma to the diverse and flawed material world. Acinetos, as a descendant of word and life, embodies this stability and immutability that are essential for the unfolding of further divine attributes. The placement of Acinetos in the genealogical tree is significant. Sermo and Vita, as their names suggest, represent fundamental principles of divine communication and existence. Acinetos, emanating from these two, can be seen as the principle of stability that allows for this communication and existence to take place. It is the bedrock upon which further divine manifestations are built. This genealogical connection highlights the interconnectedness of the Aeons and their hierarchical nature of the Pleroma. The Valentinian system often uses the metaphor of a flowing stream or branching tree to describe the emanation process. Acinetos, in this context, could be seen as a point of stability within the flow, a solid branch from which further emanations proceed. It is not simply a static entity, but a divine principle that enables further unfolding. This genealogical context is essential for understanding Acinetos' role in the Valentinian system. The emanation of Acinetos from Sermo and Vita also reflects the Gnostic emphasis on dualism. While Acinetos represents the unchanging perfect realm of the Pleroma, the material world is characterized by change and imperfection. This genealogical connection highlights the contrast between these two realms and the Gnostic belief that true knowledge is necessary to bridge the gap between them. Acinetos, as a principle of stability, serves as a guidepost towards this unchanging divine reality. Acinetos is typically paired with the female Aeon Syncrasis. This pairing, or Syzygy, is a common feature of Valentinian cosmology, reflecting the Gnostic belief in the importance of duality and balance within the divine realm. The pairing of Acinetos and Syncrasis is not merely a matter of two entities existing side by side. It represents a dynamic interplay between opposing yet complementary forces. Acinetos, with its quality of immovability, represents the stable, unchanging principle, while Syncrasis, as commixture, suggests a dynamic, active principle of blending and interaction. The concept of Syzygy is crucial for understanding Valentinian cosmology. It emphasizes the interconnectedness of the Aeons and the idea that divine attributes are not isolated but rather exist in relation to one another. The pairing of Acinetos and Syncrasis suggests that stability and commixture are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary aspects of the divine. They work together to create a harmonious balance within the Pleroma. The pairing of a male and female Aeon is also significant. It reflects the Gnostic belief in the importance of both masculine and feminine principles within the divine. Acinetos, as the male Aeon, represents the active generative principle, while Syncrasis, as the female Aeon, represents the receptive nurturing principle. This interplay of masculine and feminine forces is essential for the unfolding of further emanations within the Pleroma. The specific names of the Aeons in this Syzygy are also revealing. Acinetos, as immovable, represents the unchanging foundation, while Syncrasis, as commixture, suggests the dynamic process of blending and interaction. This pairing highlights the Gnostic understanding of the divine as both stable and dynamic, both unified and diverse. It's a complex and nuanced view of the divine that emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. The name Acinetos, derived from the Greek word for immovable or unshaken, provides a key insight into the nature of this Aeon. It suggests a principle of stability, steadfastness, and unchangingness. In the context of Valentinian Gnosticism, this immovability refers to the unchanging nature of the divine realm, contrasting sharply with the ever-changing and imperfect material world. Acinetos represents the eternal, unalterable aspect of the divine that remains untouched by the fluctuations and imperfections of the created world. This concept of immovability is central to the Gnostic understanding of the divine. The material world is characterized by change, decay, and suffering, while the divine realm is perfect, eternal, and unchanging. Acinetos, as the principle of immutability, serves as a bridge between these two realms, pointing towards the unchanging reality of the divine. It is a reminder that true knowledge leads to an understanding of this unchanging reality. The name Acinetos also suggests a sense of steadfastness and resilience in the face of the chaos and uncertainty of the material world. Acinetos represents an unwavering principle of stability. It is a source of strength and hope for those seeking to escape the limitations of the material world and attain gnosis. This quality of steadfastness is essential for the spiritual journey, as it requires perseverance and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of divine knowledge. Acinetos' immovability also implies a sense of completeness and self-sufficiency. It is not dependent on anything outside itself and is not subject to external influence. This self-sufficiency is a characteristic of the divine realm, which is perfect and complete in itself. Acinetos, as a manifestation of this divine self-sufficiency, represents the ultimate goal of the Gnostic path, to attain a state of completeness and freedom from the limitations of the material world. The symbolic significance of Acinetos is multifaceted, reflecting its position and role within the Valentinian system. First, its name, immovable, highlights the unchanging nature of the divine realm, and this immutability is a core tenet of Gnostic cosmology, emphasizing the radical difference between the transcendent realm of the Pleroma and the flawed world of the human experience, and Acinetos serves as a constant reminder of this fundamental dualism. Secondly, Acinetos can be interpreted as a foundational or essential principle within the Pleroma. Its emanation from Sermo and Vita suggests that Acinetos is a necessary ground or basis for further divine manifestations. It is the stable point of origin from which the diverse tapestry of the Pleroma unfolds. This foundational quality underscores its importance in the Valentinian system. Thirdly, as part of a Syzygy with syncrasis, Acinetos, with its quality of immovability, likely represents a balance to the dynamic or active principle represented by its partner. This balance is crucial for maintaining harmony and order within the Pleroma, and it suggests that the divine is not simply static but rather a dynamic interplay of opposing yet complementary forces. Acinetos and syncrasis in their paired existence symbolize this essential balance. Also, or finally, Acinetos as a principle of immutability can be seen as a symbol of the spiritual goal of the Gnostic path. The Gnostics seek to transcend the limitations of the world and attain a state of unchanging divine knowledge. Acinetos, in its symbolic representations of the immutability, serves as a guide and a beacon for the Gnostic seeker, pointing towards the ultimate goal of liberation from the transient and imperfect world.